Coming up on today's review of AEW Dynamite, the future for the vacant TNT Championship. Jericho is actually entertaining and you guys are just mean. Swerve's challenger for the AEW World Championship at Forbidden Door revealed, and more. Stay tuned. Welcome back to another video, Double or Nothing. Wow. I'm gonna let recency bias and the fact that I was there persuade me into thinking that was the greatest pay-per-view ever. However, sadly, it's over. But that doesn't mean the fun has to stop, because now it's time to deal with its impacts and to start building towards Forbidden Door on June 30th, starting with this week's episode of Dynamite. So let's get into it. The show opens up with our new TBS champion, Mercedes Moné, who defeated Willow Nightingale in a fantastic match. Gotta show off the shirt one more time. She's here for a nice celebration, and gives her respects for Willow for putting up a great fight, but claims that Willow is too nice because she could have seen Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway turn on her a mile away, and hopes that when Willow returns, she gets her revenge on the both of them. Please have a one-on-one match with Willow versus Stokely Hathaway. That's all I'm asking. However, Mercedes then gets interrupted by Sky Blue, who reveals herself as the one who attacked Mercedes backstage a while back ago. I'm gonna be completely honest, I totally forgot about this. In my defense, it's been almost 2 months. Sky Blue attacks Mercedes and raises the TBS Championship, setting up a match between the two later in the night. Next, it was the AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland taking on Killswitch, the last remnant of Christian Cage. It's Swerve, which means this was a very good match. But that doesn't mean Killswitch didn't shine as well. His standing moonsault was super impressive, and I was genuinely surprised when he kicked out of the Swerve Stomp towards the end, even if he did lose like 3 seconds later to the house call. After that, we were graced with the debut of TV time with the Learning Tree Chris Jericho. I want to say sorry to whoever paid for those tickets just to have their view blocked by that giant tree. I was pretty harsh on Jericho a couple weeks back, but now, I don't know, I kind of like this narcissistic, delusional gimmick he's doing. It was so funny when he asked who wants a t-shirt, but instead of following that up, he just puts it down and moves on without any explanation. So now the Learning Tree has a new branch, Brian Keith, which, like I said in my Double or Nothing review, I kind of like this because Brian Keith kind of sucks. Not as a person, obviously, or even as a wrestler, but just his booking lately. So any kind of exposure is fantastic. And we even got a new team up from this segment, Hook and Samoa Joe. I really hope Shibata is still around so we can do a 3-on-3 with all these guys. Then we had an IWGP Championship Eliminator match between Jon Moxley and my father, Rocky Romero. Rocky did not wait for the bell to ring or even for his entrance music to finish. He went straight for a head kick to get the upper hand. But the funny thing about Mox is that he's insane. You never know what to expect. 1 second, Rocky is thinking Mox is dead, and the next, he's laid out from a cutter. During this match, Rocky kept trying to submit Mox, but this guy is just too big, winning with a massive clothesline and the Death Rider for a 1-2-3. After that, Don Callis offered Orange Cassidy a contract to be the newest member of the Don Callis family. And in usual Orange fashion, once he got the contract, he slowly raised it up and slowly ripped it apart. This made Don pretty mad, but right before Orange locked in, the recently turned heel Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway came out to make an announcement. Chris Statlander says that on behalf of her best friend, he accepts the invitation to join the Don Callis family. Orange Cassidy is just standing there thinking, what the heck is she talking about? When Trent Beretta comes in and attacks him from behind. Look at the joy on this man's face. And you gotta give the people what they want. Trent Beretta hugs Don Callis to end the segment, signifying the Don Callis family has a new member. This is awesome. We're taking our greatest stars, Orange Cassidy, Don Callis, Trent Beretta, Stokely Hathaway, and Chris Statlander, putting them all together and making some awesome stories. 2 thumbs up. After that, it was time for the TBS Championship match between Mercedes Moné and Sky Blue. This was sweet because since Willow wasn't there, I can finally root for Mercedes Moné because I don't care about this Sky Blue person. Is her collar meant to look like the Lego logo? Because it looks exactly like it. The last minute of this match was excellent. Mercedes countered a powerbomb attempt into a Hurricanrana, sending Sky Blue into the corner, but after dodging a swing, Sky Blue lifted Mercedes into a full Nelson and planted her on the canvas. The two traded super kicks, but Mercedes countered the code blue with a moneymaker for the 1-2-3. But before Mercedes could leave, she was met by Stephanie Valkyr from CMLL, who yet holds the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Championship. The two have a standoff, with both holding their championships, setting up their eventual fight at Forbidden Door. Very cool. Then, the Elite came out to talk about their win at Anarchy in the Arena and about the TNT Championship. So, Edge broke his leg jumping off that steel cage. And I'm not saying I know more about wrestling than Edge, that'd be ridiculous. But I am saying that if I were to jump off a steel cage, I wouldn't land straight on my feet. Kazuchika Okada is so hilarious. In English, he told the crowd to shut up B words, and started to cry when the Elite gifted him a Lamborghini, only to pull out a straight face like a millisecond after. So the Young Bucks have made a decision to strip Edge of the TNT Championship and to just give it to Jack Perry. But Christopher Daniels interrupts this and clarifies that he is the new interim executive vice president. He announces that the new TNT champion will be crowned at Forbidden Door in a ladder match. Alright, so call me crazy, but I really want Jack Perry to win this. The Elite are so fun to watch, but when you look at the lineup, it's the EVPs, who are the tag team champions, one of the greatest Japanese wrestlers of all time, and also the Continental champion. And then you have Jack Perry, who is just a guy. Give him some gold. Finally, it was time for the main event. The Bang Bang Gang walked Jay White out to the ring, who was the first entrant in the Casino Gauntlet match, to determine Swerve's challenger for the AEW World Championship at Forbidden Door. Unfortunately for Jay, Pac was the second entrant, who was still a little mad that the Bang Bang Gang cheated at Double or Nothing. One of my only complaints from the last Gauntlet match was that there was no countdown clock, so I was super happy to see it here. And when that clock hit 0, Sin Cara came out, and I knew it was him because he was botching, but I try not to be too harsh on that, especially because I grew up thinking he was the coolest. Then Will Ospreay showed up, and I thought, crap. It's over. This guy is ridiculously overpowered and undefeated. A few more guys come out, and this is peak. Ospreay, Jay White, Pac, and Claudio all in the same match? Sign me up. I was so happy that I paid attention to picture-in-picture for the first time in my life because Claudio was spinning guys for the entire commercial break. He even got so dizzy he almost started to spin the ref. If you love non-stop action, this match is for you. Fortunately, Orange Cassidy comes out with Where Is My Mind playing. Unfortunately, he's still injured from when Trent Beretta attacked him like an hour ago, making him easy pickings for Will Ospreay, who hit the Os Cutter for the 1-2-3. I'm pretty excited for Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland at Forbidden Door. This has potential to be better than Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. However, I do think it's a little too soon for this match. Will Ospreay just won the international title, and he hasn't even defended it once. Plus, I thought it would have been a great idea to save this for All In, which may indicate that Swerve's gonna retain here. But I honestly have no idea who's gonna win, which is awesome. Anyways, that was my review and recap of AEW Dynamite. Subscribe so you don't miss a single review of Raw, Dynamite, and SmackDown. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a great day.